Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for tuning in here on Thursday, August 3rd. Jaguars training camp, day 8 in the books. We're going to talk about it right here, right now. First, if you enjoy the content here on this channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, notification bell. You can also follow along on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. Also follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. And if you want to support the channel further, you can check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear. Now, Jaguars, they did not go in full pads today. They had 2 big days of full pads, and they decided to peel it back a little bit. They're going to have a day off tomorrow and then hit the stadium on Saturday for a big practice in front of a bunch of fans inside TIAA Bank Field, soon to be Everbank Field once again. Now, looking at what happened today, Tyler Shatley missed practice for a minor medical issue, according to Mark Long. It is expected to be fine, no big deal there, according to Mark Long once again. Tyler Shatley right now with Ben Barch out is in the starting lineup. Now, once Cam Robinson comes back from his suspension, which he is able to practice with the team and all that good stuff right now, but going into week 1 of the regular season, it's going to probably be Walker Little, maybe Tyler Shatley in the starting lineup at left guard next to Walker Little. Ben Barch is still recovering from his knee issue that he injured his knee in week 5 of the 2022 season. So right now it looks like Tyler Shatley could be in the starting lineup week 1. We'll see how it all plays out. But again, missed practice today for a minor medical issue, according to Mark Long. Anton Harrison dealing with the shoulder, still not doing teamwork. He was working out in individual, though, so good to see him in the individual periods of practice. Heath Farwell, Jaguar special teams coordinator, he met with the media prior to practice today, and you can tell he's just really juiced about the group he has this year, and I'm with him. There's a lot of talent already on the roster in terms of the core special teamers, the guys that contribute on kickoff coverage, punt coverage, all that fun stuff. Obviously, Jamal Agnew is one of the best returners in the game. Logan Cook, one of the best punters in the game. Brandon McManus, a very seasoned vet who has a huge leg and has been very productive throughout his career and fairly accurate inside of 50 and pretty good beyond 50 as well. Brandon McManus has been. He's a veteran that Heath Farwell's excited about. He's not worried about, okay, who's going to be our starting kicker in week 1 this year as they were last year. You had kickers hitting people in the head on the side of the field there, attempting field goals. You're not seeing that this year. And Heath Farwell's excited about it. He's excited about Antonio Johnson and some of the other young guys that have come in, their ability to contribute on special teams. He talked about Parker Washington being a great fallback plan for Jamal Agnew if Jamal Agnew had to miss any time, and I agree. You've seen Parker Washington look good out there on the field, and he did punt return and return at a high level at Penn State. So I'm with him. I think there's a ton of good core special teamers. You've got really good specialists in terms of your punter, your kicker, your returner. So I think Heath Farwell is just very juiced about the group he has this year. In the team period of practice today, offense versus defense, 11 on 11, 7 on 7 stuff. A lot of quick game, especially when Trevor Lawrence was out there. He was 8 of 8 today, and it was all short stuff. All short or misdirection type stuff. Not a very active day for Trevor Lawrence in terms of what he was doing in the team periods of practice. A lot of work for CJ Beathard and Nathan Rourke. We'll talk about them. The top receivers, they had a poor day on Wednesday overall, especially Calvin Ridley. Let a lot of balls hit the ground in the team portion of practice. Christian Kirk also had a drop yesterday. Zay Jones also had another drop yesterday. Those guys did not have a ton of opportunities, but when they did get opportunities to catch passes in the team portion of practice today, they looked much better than what you saw on Wednesday. I wouldn't say it was a big rebound for them today because they just didn't have a ton of opportunities. Talking about Tank Bigsby, a rookie we've talked about quite a bit on here. He had a one-handed grab in the offense-only portion of practice, but he just routinely is able to snag the ball out of the air, look really fluid doing it, and able to use one hand to just pluck it out of the air. Really impressive. Also had a couple nice long runs in the team portion of practice. Again, not fully padded today. so there wasn't big hitting or anything like that. Kendrick Pryor had a deep touchdown in 11 on 11 from C.J. Beathard where he was able to get behind the defense. You're starting to see Kendrick Pryor, that receiver who, again, I've said this like every day, led the league in receiving in preseason last year. You're starting to see why he was able to do that for the Cincinnati Bengals. You saw Nathan Rourke's ability to run on full display today. He is a great runner as a quarterback. But the passing, a little bit of yikes, putting the ball in harm's way a lot today. You saw Shaquille Quarterman get an interception off of him. Buster Brown as well was able to get a pick off of a Devin Lloyd tipped pass of Nathan Rourke. Devin Lloyd continues to shine. Caleb Johnson picked off Nathan Rourke as well. So really a sketchy day for Nathan Rourke throwing the ball. And I mentioned Shaq Quarterman got one. He was able to also get another interception off of C.J. Beathard off of an Adam Gotts's tipped pass. So lots of interceptions today for the Jaguars' backup quarterbacks. They were kind of having a rough go of it out there. I think C.J. Beathard overall looked pretty good passing the ball. It was just that one interception that was pretty disappointing there, but he looked more accurate. And C.J. Beathard's kind of a gamer. He's not ever really going to be an elite practice player. He's a guy that kind of gets in the game, and he's able to tune in and get locked in and do better in games than he usually does in practice. But overall, other than the interception, I thought C.J. Beathard had a pretty good day. As I mentioned Brandon McManus earlier, that Heath Farwell's not really having to worry about who the starting kicker is. That is true, but I did want to be transparent here. He's had a couple shaky days this week in team. Missed a couple kicks in team in 2 different practices this week, which you just don't really want to see. But would I sweat it? No. This is a guy that's been around for a long time. You saw him during the first week of practice, super accurate. I think he'll be able to rebound and get back to his accurate ways, but just wanted to be fully transparent, let y'all know he did miss a couple kicks today, missed a couple kicks on Tuesday as well during the team portion of practices. Garrett Prince had another active day at tight end, targeted several times in teams, came down with everything. Brenton Strange, my goodness, I loved the prospect. Now, I had a third-round valuation on him, I should say, coming out. Jaguars took him in the second round, but big fan of his game. And what you saw on tape from him and his limited action as a receiver at Penn State, you're continuing to see for the Jaguars throughout training camp so far, does not drop the football. If you throw the football to Brenton Strange, he's probably coming down with it. He had a contested grab in 11 over the middle down the field, and then he had another one where he had to go up and extend for it, and he came down with both of them. He's been really good, whether it's in offense only, whether it's in 11 on 11, 7 on 7. Brenton Strange is catching everything thrown his way, looking good doing it. Josh Peterson had a couple nice grabs today in 11 on 11. One of them where he caught the ball in space, was able to put a move on a DB and kind of sprint, get some extra yardage there. You like to see that. Elijah Cook's a guy we've talked about a good bit. He had a couple nice grabs today over the middle in 11 on 11. One of them was a full extension over the middle for a score from C.J. Beathard. You like seeing him be able to work over the middle because his calling card at San Jose State, and what you've seen a lot from him, is his ability to stretch the vertical plane on the outside. If he shows the ability to make big plays over the middle of the field as well, I think that's an added element to the game, or to his game, that you didn't see as much in college. So very good for him. He's a big-bodied receiver, really unlike anyone else the Jaguars have at 6'4", 215 pounds. I've liked what I've seen. Quite frankly, I think he's been really good, and he's a guy that I definitely am excited to see in preseason, excited to see the rest of training camp. And if he's not on the 53-man roster, they're definitely going to try to stash him on the practice squad. We'll see if they're able to, how that all shakes out. Darius Williams, he'd been fairly quiet in training camp so far, just not targeted a ton, but he had a nice pass breakup down the field covering Kevin Austin. Nathan Rourke was on the throw. It was in the end zone. Darius Williams was able to climb the ladder, go up and break that pass up against Kevin Austin. As I mentioned, Trevor Lawrence was 8 of 8 today, but it was pretty much all short stuff. You did see in the quarterback only and offense only, he was very, very accurate today. Was able to hit one of those bucket shots, kind of Pro Bowl skills challenge shots from about 30, 40 yards away, drop it in the net there. But again, a very light day of work for him overall. I think you'll see plenty of work on Saturday from all the starters as they take the field at the bank in front of what should be a bunch of fans out there Saturday at 10 a.m. Again, no practice tomorrow. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content here, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out ginjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear. Y'all have a good one.